Hi, welcome to United States News Channel. Hope you all are doing good. For latest updates, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Let's move on to our latest story. Hezbollah is hit by a wave of exploding pagers that killed at least 9 people and injured thousands. Pagers used by hundreds of members of the militant group Hezbollah exploded near simultaneously Tuesday in Lebanon and Syria, killing at least 9 people, including an 8-year-old girl, and wounding several thousand, officials said. Hezbollah and the Lebanese government blamed Israel for what appeared to be a sophisticated remote attack. An American official said Israel briefed the United States on Tuesday after the conclusion of the operation, in which small amounts of explosive secreted in the pagers were detonated. The person spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the information publicly. The Israeli military declined to comment. Among those wounded was Iran's ambassador to Lebanon. The mysterious explosions came amid rising tensions between Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah, which have exchanged fire across the Israel-Lebanon border since the October 7 attack by Hamas that sparked the war in Gaza. The pagers that blew up were apparently acquired by Hezbollah after the group's leader ordered members in February to stop using cell phones, warning they could be tracked by Israeli intelligence. A Hezbollah official told the Associated Press the pagers were a new brand, but declined to say how long they had been in use. Taiwanese company Gold Apollo said Wednesday that it authorized its brand on the AR-924 pagers used by the Hezbollah militant group, but the devices were produced and sold by a company called BAC. At about 3:30 p.m. local time on Tuesday, as people shopped for groceries, sat in cafes or drove cars and motorcycles in the afternoon traffic, the pagers in their hands or pockets started heating up and then exploding, leaving blood-splattered scenes and panicking bystanders. It appeared that many of those hit were members of Hezbollah, but it was not immediately clear if non-Hezbollah members also carried any of the exploding pagers. The blasts were mainly in areas where the group has a strong presence, particularly a southern Beirut suburb and in the Bekaa region of eastern Lebanon, as well as in Damascus, according to Lebanese security officials and a Hezbollah official. The Hezbollah official spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to talk to the press. The explosions came hours after Israel's internal security agency said it had foiled an attempt by Hezbollah to kill a former senior Israeli security official using a planted explosive device that could be remotely detonated. The United States was not aware of this incident in advance, and was not involved, State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said. At this point, we're gathering information. Experts said the pager explosions pointed to a long-planned operation, possibly carried out by infiltrating the supply chain and rigging the devices with explosives before they were delivered to Lebanon. Whatever the means, it targeted an extraordinary breadth of people with hundreds of small explosions, wherever the pager carrier happened to be, that left some maimed. One online video showed a man picking through produce at a grocery store when the bag he was carrying at his hip explodes, sending him sprawling to the ground and bystanders running. At overwhelmed hospitals, wounded were rushed in on stretchers, some with missing hands, faces partly blown away or gaping holes at their hips and legs, according to AP photographers. On a main road in central Beirut, a car door was splattered with blood and the windshield cracked. Lebanon Health Minister Firaz Abiad told Qatar's Al Jazeera network at least 9 people were killed, including an 8-year-old girl, and some 2,750 were wounded, 200 of them critically, by the explosions. Most had injuries in the face, hand, or around the abdomen. It appeared 8 of the dead belonged to Hezbollah. The group issued a statement confirming at least 2 members were killed in the pager bombings. One of them was the son of a Hezbollah member in parliament, according to the Hezbollah official who spoke anonymously. The group later issued announcements that 6 other members were killed Tuesday, though it did not specify how. We hold the Israeli enemy fully responsible for this criminal aggression that also targeted civilians, Hezbollah said, adding that Israel will, for sure, get its just punishment. Iranian state-run IRNA news agency said that the country's ambassador, Mojtaba Amani, was superficially wounded by an exploding pager and was being treated at a hospital. Previously, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah had warned the group's members not to carry cell phones, saying they could be used by Israel to track and target them. Sean Morehouse, a former British Army officer and explosive ordnance disposal expert, said videos of the blast suggested a small explosive charge, as small as a pencil eraser, had been placed into the devices. They would have had to have been rigged prior to delivery, very likely by Mossad, Israel's foreign intelligence agency, he said. Elijah J. Magnier, a Brussels-based senior political risk analyst, said he spoke with Hezbollah members who had examined pagers that failed to explode. What triggered the blasts, he said, appeared to be an error message sent to all the devices that caused them to vibrate, forcing the user to click on the buttons to stop the vibration. The combination detonated a small amount of explosives hidden inside and ensured that the user was present when the blast went off, he said. Israel has a long history of carrying out deadly operations well beyond its borders. This year, separate Israeli airstrikes in Beirut killed senior Hamas official Salah Aruri and a top Hezbollah commander. A mysterious explosion in Iran, also blamed on Israel, killed Ismail Haniyeh, Hamas supreme leader. Israel has killed Hamas militants in the past with booby-trapped cell phones, and it's widely believed to have been behind the Stuxnet computer virus attack on Iran's nuclear program in 2010. The pager bombings are likely to stoke Hezbollah's worries about vulnerabilities in security and communications as Israeli officials are threatened to escalate their months-long conflict. The near-daily exchanges of fire between Israel and Hezbollah have killed hundreds in Lebanon and several dozen in Israel, and have displaced tens of thousands on both sides of the border. Janine Hennis-Plasschaert, the UN Special Coordinator for Lebanon, deplored the attack and warned that it marks an extremely concerning escalation in what is an already unacceptably volatile context. On Tuesday, Israel said that halting Hezbollah's attacks in the north to allow residents to return to their homes is now an official war goal. Israeli Defense Minister Gallant said the focus of the conflict is shifting from Gaza to Israel's north and that time is running out for a diplomatic solution with Hezbollah.